Welcome back to another episode of Two Peas Out the Pod with Johnny and Shay.
Yo, what's up, guys?
So they think they escape fate, but fate always collects its debt. What if I told you the entire Final Destination saga has been secretly leading to one final reckoning? Bloodlines, where the real reason fate haunts its survivors is finally revealed. Stick around because by the end, you'll see how every movie is connected by one chilling truth and a few secrets the studio never wanted you to know. In our bonus content, we'll uncover the banned scene that almost got Bloodlines pulled from release, the alternate ending you've never seen, and how one cursed family secret connects every film in the franchise.
Damn.
So guys, franchise overview. The premise: a survivor's premonition saves a few lives, but the design always corrects itself. What makes it iconic? Intricate chain reaction setups create fateful events and a mythology that deepens with each film. So the combined franchise budget for the whole entire thing is roughly 200 million, and global revenue so far they've made almost $1 billion.
Damn, dog. Jeez. Where was Dr. Evil? He could have came up with that $1 billion deal right there.
Yep.
Man.
And the newest entry, guys, the newest film from 2025, Bloodlines, is the highest grossing one in the series so far.
Well, because I mean, obviously, it closes and ties everything.
We'll see. We'll see if they don't make another one.
Oh, no. Oh,
I have to ask that.
I felt like at that moment, if they do, then I think they can probably make one more like the origin of death in general. But then
We'll talk about it at the end.
but then I think that would be more of a biblical and kind of what is it, a paranormal type thing, I guess. I don't know.
So, guys, we're going to jump right into it. So, first movie, Final Destination, was from the year 2000, so 25 years ago. It's the 25th anniversary of this franchise. So, teen Alex has a premonition that his flight will explode. He and a few friends escape, but fate hunts them down one by one. The budget for that movie was 23 million and they made 113 million, which obviously opened up,
Yeah, no,
so
no,
pretty good.
it just opened up the idea, and it
Yeah.
made people very scared at the same time, because then it made people kind of like, oh man, that can happen. This can happen to you.
Yep. And it
Or
was
a
a
bunch of what ifs.
it was originally written as an X-Files episode by Jeffrey Reddick. Did you know that?
Nah, man. Well, yeah, Jeffrey Reddick is the main writer and director that produced that, I believe.
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
originally wrote it as an X-Files episode before he wrote the first movie.
Oh, well then, I mean, I mean, I guess I can believe that, because I mean, a lot of Hitchcock type films, and you've seen that actually became films itself that were
Mhm.
just like short stories.
And then the final scene of that one secretly hints at a repeating destiny loop. And then that takes us to Final Destination 2, which was made in 2003, so 3 years later. That one was, the iconic, massive highway pileup. I remember that one. I feel like like that's the one I always remember from the series, from all the movies. Kimberly and survivors realize the rules can't be broken, only delayed. That one budget a little higher, 26 million, and they made 90 million, so it went down a bit. The crash intro remains one of the most realistic ever filmed, and they had over 30 stunt drivers. They introduced the life skip concept, later reused in the film they just made, Bloodlines.
Yes, that was again, the whole pile up type situation. No bueno though. I didn't like that, man. It made me
That was the one with the logs, right?
yes, it
Yeah,
was.
yeah. I think that's the one that I like. When I think of this movie, I think like, yeah, that's the one I think of when I.
Oh, and I think of always driving on I-4 very, very fast
You see a
past
logging
cars.
truck and you're like,
No, just trucks or any of that shit. I just drive
oh.
past all that slow shit, dude, though. Because if you're driving slow, though, that means you might be the person that may be the cause of the whole accident.
I grew up with logging trucks everywhere, so that was a normal thing to see. But then once I saw this movie, it made you think a little bit twice about it.
Yeah, I don't know about all those logging trucks and stuff, but I would not wanna mess with any of that.
So, guys, 3 years later, they decided to make number 3, the trilogy, which Shawnee always says, "Don't make more than 1, but if you're gonna do it, make 3, but then don't make more than 3." So they made the 3rd one, Final Destination 3 in 2006.
Yeah, but, okay, but I believe, Jeffrey kind of came up like, he
Like you
wrote
said, beginning, middle, end.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
he at least thought of the first one, bait tested it. He probably already had a whole idea kinda set up, but again, he was trying to see what because like you said, he was trying to write it as a X-File episode, which if you can already format, like, just how, like, I don't know how many episodes X-Files I've only watched, like, a few episodes here and there of
that's a
X-Files.
lot.
Yeah, so if you think of how big of a story arc, of how big of a story you can do with that, then in reality, he already had that mindset on how that world was gonna be.
Right.
So, it's pretty crazy, but at the same time, big ups to him for making that world. I mean, it's really, I mean, I will say well, I'll say it in my moments of how I feel.
So, guys, that one was the number 3, trilogy was Wendy's roller coaster vision saved her friends until fate finds them through everyday objects. And that one, a little higher budget, 25 million, and they made 119 million. So went up from
Damn,
the
that's a
second
lot
one.
of the goddamn moolah.
Yep. And then that one expanded the idea of fate's clues appearing in photos. One of the first horror films with an alternate choice DVD experience. So if you got the DVD, you could watch like an alternate ending, basically.
I
That
didn't
was a
know
new
about that.
idea.
Um, I believe I got all of them on, I think on Apple. I think I got them all on Apple now. So, sorry. I guess I missed out on that whole little experience. But if anybody has that, put that shit in the comments, bro.
And then 3 years later, they decided, let's go ahead and step out and make a number 4, the Final Destination 2009. That one, survivors of a racetrack disaster realize the design is embedded in their city. And budget for that one was quite a bit more, 40 million, and they made 188 million. So that one went way up.
Yeah. Way, way, way up.
And then this was the first one that they shot in 3D, so they used the same rigs as Avatar used. And then alternate endings were filmed, including one where all survivors lived temporarily.
Damn.
So they played around with that more.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what's up. And that's probably set up the same way like that other DVD, like the previous one where you get to
Yep.
damn, man. Yeah. For people that collects DVDs, man, you guys are lucky. I wish I would have kept some of mine. I still got a few DVDs, but not like a lot. But geez, it's good to keep those.
And then they said, "Well, that one did so well, guys. We might as well go ahead and shoot for another one." So they decided to make number 5 2 years later in 2011. And that one was a bridge collapse that revealed that new survivors might actually be connected to the first movie. So it kind of started that interweaving storyline that we find out in Bloodlines. And that one, they also stuck with the same budget, 40 million, and they made 158 million.
Damn. That's
So it did well.
did hella well, dude. What are you talking about?
And then that one had a shocking twist ending that looped directly into Final Destination, the original, the 2000 movie, making it a hidden prequel. They also hinted that the Force's targets might share genetic ties, setting up for the movie that just came out in 2025, Bloodlines.
Facts. These were all the facts.
And that brings us to the current one, guys, Final Destination Bloodlines 2025. So, college student Stefani is haunted by nightmares of a 1968 tower collapse. She learns her grandmother Iris survived a disaster decades earlier and passed a fateful curse through their family. That one they raised the budget slightly to 50 million, and the revenue was crazy, 315 million so far. They're still probably making money off of it right now, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, with the streaming numbers since it recently got released
Yeah,
on
people are probably getting
HBO on
HBO just because of that.
well, yeah, on HBO Max. Speaking about HBO Max, I'm not even getting paid for this, but like I'm gonna tell you guys, HBO Max is the shit. The reason for it is because it's Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers has freaking New Line Cinema, which owns all those Final Destination. You also get Chucky, another New Line Cinema movie and shit.
You get the Halloween Bake Off championship shows on
Look at
Food
that.
Network.
You get
I
like,
like those ones.
dude. Oh my god.
A lot of Food
It
Network shows are on there.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. And I don't even watch that shit. But now since I'm in love with Shay, dude. I've been watching them shits, dog.
Well,
So hey, Shay, make sure you put an HBO Max logo right here.
no.
Yeah, you
Maybe
are.
they'll sponsor us eventually.
Hell yeah. HBO sponsor us.
So this one, guys, ties into our film that we did a couple days ago for Candyman. This one brought back Tony Todd as Bludworth in his final role, revealing the keeper of fate's design may have always been part of the family. And the twist, the curse is hereditary, not random. Fate runs in the blood.
Yes. And I will say, I understood what he meant at the end
Yeah,
when he
don't
said that.
spoil it.
I'm not gonna spoil it. Jeez. Anyways, this is continuance of the whole Candyman
I know.
experience.
Check out our Candyman video, guys. We went over that entire franchise too.
Yes, it was a great franchise. Shout out to Jordan Peele.
So that takes us to social media hit list for today, guys. So while Johnny pulls that up, just wanted to say thank you so much for joining our channel, and I think we're up to 1,500 watch hours in about 2 months, so that's pretty good. And also, we have a little subscribe video for you to watch right here, so check that out, and we'll be right back with social media hit list. Okay, so first one for today, guys, kind of goes along with our theme of, what's been going on for October. So this one was from 2016, but Burger King in New York staged one of the most brilliantly petty fast food pranks, and they dressed up their Burger King restaurant as a McDonald's for Halloween. I
Yeah.
thought it was just funny. I don't know. I
Yeah,
thought it
that's
was
a
funny.
good one.
And
That's a good
obviously,
one.
this was just reposted, right? Because it's a few years old. But if any fast food restaurants do this, I don't even eat fast food, but I would definitely just go there for like a milkshake or something, just to be like, man, that's pretty funny.
That shit is pretty fucking hilarious. It's pretty good.
So that one, and then the second one is we're making all these horror movie things, so I thought this would be good for us to know. So according to psychologists, people who watch horror movies for fun and sleep well afterwards are potentially psychopaths.
Nah, man. Yeah. Nah, I don't like watch it and then just go and sleep immediately. Like, nah. I kind of let that, I gotta go outside, let my brain desensitize from it. I'm like, okay, that shit was freaking weird. And then just like, probably might put on some like, I don't know, Powerpuff Girls to get me kind of going and shit. And then I'm like, all right, guys, all right, I'm ready to
I'm
go to
just
sleep.
saying, we've been doing a lot of horror movies, and they don't seem to affect your sleep at all. So I'm just saying,
Okay,
might
does
want to
it?
look into that. I'm just kidding. So, Al Pacino, I mean, ups to him, and you know how this goes with rich guys that, whatever. So he's 85, and his 31-year-old girlfriend, they're expecting baby number 2. So, she'll be changing the baby's diapers and his diapers at the same time, basically.
Damn. Double diaper duty, dog.
Yeah.
Hell
But I'm
no.
like, man, he is looking rough, guys. That
Yeah,
guy. He has
yeah.
been through it.
It's been through the ringer,
But she's definitely there for the money.
of course.
Oh, and this one is to celebrate. Who are we celebrating with this?
You're celebrating me. I didn't even know I had a national day, guys. Thanks. My girl slipped that one in there, and I was like, I said, she was like, "Oh, I'm not gonna put that in there. I don't want everybody knowing they're a grouch." I said, you know what? I am a grouch at
We're not
times.
allowed to call him that though. He only can. So he had to approve this one before we put it in.
Yeah.
But yeah, today is National Grouch Day, or it might have been yesterday that I clipped this one, but anyway, the last couple days. So embrace your inner grouch and tag someone that embodies the spirit of today is what it said. So I just thought it was funny.
Hey, if I was big into tattoos, I think my first tattoo would have been a grouch. Well, actually, my first one would have been Spider-Man and then Grouch. So
And then the first comment on here says a day made for me, LOL, the first person.
yeah, that would have been me too. I'd have been like, oh man, it's speaking to my you know what? Grouch is my spirit animal
Jeez.
or puppet or muppet, whatever you want to call it.
So guys, let us know what you think about those ones for today. And so, guys, that takes us to the financial overview breakdown. So we kind of went over, they spent 200 million, they've made a billion. They're about 4.8 times on their return on investment. Bloodlines alone returned a 6 times return on investment, outpacing all of the rival movies like the Saw franchise and The Nun. And each sequel outperformed its predecessors internationally, proving cult longevity over hype. So, and Bloodlines opening weekend nearly doubled its production cost, a rare feat for a horror franchise. So, I'd be shocked if they didn't make another one. We'll cover that at the end, so stick around because we do have some tidbits on that, but yeah, it'd
Listen,
be
all
like The Conjuring. Why turn it off now? It's a cash
yeah, no, no, by all means,
cow.
I understand, and that's why, it if you well, in my section, we'll go over and we'll see why I believe that, yeah, if you do it right and you plan it out right, it does work out in your favor.
So, guys, the title of our video is The Secret Connection They Missed. So, we're gonna explain that now to you. The secret connection is this: every survivor across all 6 films is linked by blood, part of one cursed ancestral line that began with the survivor from the 1968 disaster introduced in Bloodlines, which is the original scene when the movie starts for the 2025. They're essentially kind of in like what a Space Needle type setup, like a floating restaurant above the sky that has a glass floor is kind of how it starts.
Yes. Yeah, exactly, I would say like, Space Needle.
And it reframes the entire franchise from being about random fate to being about hereditary consequence. Each time someone cheats fate, it doesn't end the cycle, it passes it down genetically. So that's what audiences miss, the idea that fate doesn't follow people, it follows the bloodline, which is why the 2025 one was called Bloodlines. So they kind of tied it all together, which was cool. And then franchise theory. So the recurring survivors are not random. They're descendants of those who once interfered with fate, which they kind of explained in the last movie. Tony Todd's Bludworth has always known his cryptic clues were warnings. So he was the little boy that survived her original premonition, basically.
Yeah,
So when she told everyone, like, get out of here, everyone's gonna, there's an accident starting.
yeah,
He actually was saved by her.
yeah, first one.
And then the Bloodlines title is literal. Fate follows DNA, not chance. And the next rumored chapter could possibly explore Origin Survivor. So we'll talk about that coming up. And together, the 6 films form one closed loop, a predestined cycle that the new movie finally breaks open.
Damn, that's true, that's so very true what you just said. I mean, I didn't really think of it that way, they can go that particular way, but that's just like, how the Wicked movies are. It's coming from, the witch's side of the story, not from Dorothy,
Right.
so, I mean, makes sense.
And then little known facts, guys, which hopefully these are little gems for you if you are a Final Destination fan. Tony Todd filmed his bloodline scenes before he passed in 2024. Producers reworked the script to honor him. So check that out. We're not going to spoil it, but it was pretty cool in the movie.
I thought it was a great little piece, 'cause, that's why I actually chose to do Final Destination on our Friday episode, for the, month of Halloween is, 'cause you said that he said something, and I really wanted to see what he said before, he passed away.
Yeah.
God bless his soul.
And then the Bloodlines trailer broke records with 178 million views in 24 hours, second only to the number one trailer, which was It from 2017.
Damn. Yeah, because, yeah, it's been so long since they redid it and, and then and that small little franchise that what they're doing so far with Stephen King.
And the franchise's original name was Flight 180. It was changed to avoid real world associations. They didn't want, any flights going out or whatever that were labeled 180 to have issues or problems. So then they ended up changing it to Final Destination.
Made sense. I mean, I mean, when you go get your plane, are you going? Are you coming? Leaving? This is your final destination?
Well, could you imagine if you actually get on if you watch this thing and then you were getting on a flight and you looked at the thing and it was like Flight 180, I'd be like, I think I'm gonna pass. I think I'm gonna pass on this
Or
one.
you know what? That'd be real. Be real crazy. That like just imagine like yeah, man, you just be real cool. Like oh yeah, man, yeah, you be able to take this flight and shit. Hey, and then what was in the inline flight? Final Destination Part One. Oh
Yeah.
shit! Hell yeah!
Right.
Or better yet, just imagine if you got to fly over. Oh man, what like to like overseas? Oh, what's gonna be our in-flight flight? Oh, Final Destination
I wonder if
movies.
they would even show those because it's so like such a scary thing to watch if you're flying, I'm sure. I don't know. Probably. They probably make it
All
weird.
I'm trying to say, dude, thank God. Like I did not have an alternate life and an alternate world. If I was a flight person, dude, yeah, we're gonna play. Yeah, we're gonna watch Final Destination, guys. Who's in?
Wow.
I don't care because I'm like I'm the pilot. I'm like look at me, guys. I'm the pilot now. We watch Final Destination.
Wow. And then in Final Destination 2, Alex's obituary hides in a background newspaper shot.
Really? I didn't even realize that.
These are hidden facts, so you wouldn't know it. Just kidding. And the Fates perspective sound effect, that whoosh before each scene, was made from reversed heart monitor audio.
Damn. Really?
Have you ever heard like a heart or like a thing where it's like when they have it on?
Oh no, I've
So I
seen
guess
I
they
no no
use
I've
that.
seen on the ultrasound like when that sounds about damn near
Yeah,
close to that.
same thing. And then early drafts of Bloodlines centered on a 1950s shipwreck before switching to a tower collapse.
Damn.
The tower collapse is crazy. If you guys haven't seen it, you should definitely check it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Me and Shay watched all the first ones and then we just finally watched Bloodline and we were like, yo, we did our research. We can do this. We can watch this. We can do this
And
episode.
then me, him, and Julius were hiding behind the pillow like 4 times in the movie.
Shay, I told you that in confidence. Oh, we ain't sharing that.
Well, there's some graphic parts, and I didn't want Julius to see it, and on top of that, I didn't really wanna see it, and then
Oh,
Johnny's like, "I don't wanna see this
I
part."
know, dude, because it's just like there's certain parts I'm like, dude, I can deal with it, but it's like, oh man, yeah, I can't deal with this right now.
And then a scrapped ending revealed Iris was Bloodworth's sister, too dark for studio release.
Damn. So how do we got to you gotta get DVD to get the
No, they scrapped it, they didn't end up making it. It was
oh
just a they were going to, and they changed their minds. And then last hidden known fact, director Jeffrey Reddick once admitted the original idea came from a real story about someone missing a doomed flight. It haunted him for years.
damn.
Well, he must have came across somebody that was supposed to be on a flight, and then the plane didn't make it or something, and that's where he kinda got this whole idea, and then he started the whole franchise from that.
Well,
That makes sense if you're
well,
like a writer, if something clicks you like that,
yeah.
can really get you going.
Huh. Mhm.
You wanna do your section?
Oh, we gotta do my section here, guys.
Johnny moments, guys.
Yeah,
But
it's
we're gonna change it to Johnson moments because he likes that better, so I will change it for this one.
yeah, so all I'm gonna say is from 2000 to 2025, godly, that is 25 years of freaking Final Destination. But if you really break it down, it's like really like 0, 3, 3, 3, then 2, and then 14 years later they made the 2025 one. Or if you want to look at it as 3, 3, 3, 2, and 14, which I mean if you don't count part one is actually zero because zero is a number. Because
Okay.
you know some people might be like, oh no, it's like no, it's like it came out in 2000, and there's like 3 years later, and there's three more. I'm like, dude, so you don't count the 2000 as like zero as like the very like the birth of the whole franchise of its own. But no, because the reason why I kind of went off because some people would be like, no, we don't, you don't count that. I'm like, bitch, but it says the numbers are right there, so that is will be number one. Anyways, it's just I got into a whole little debacle with, and you know who I was talking about, Steve. Steve.
You don't ever get into a conversation with him about anything because it'll go
Yeah,
nowhere.
it just goes left field and shit. So, but anyways, I just want to say the 2000 Final Destination worst way to unalive yourself is in the shower when you're unaliving yourself by the shower extension. I felt like that would be more believable than being locked up in New York holding while being unalived in your own cell. I felt like
Wow, here we go.
if it was in the shower and Voldemort was in there, then I would be like, that's a lot more believable than just a few moments of a doctored editing of a tape. But whatever. I just wanted to say that. So, and then you got the 2003 on Destination 2 highway opening scene where the logs and all that's happening. Uh, we wish that can happen in real life, but no, we don't get that in real life. You know what we get? We get hot dog trailers that freaking drop a bunch of hot dogs on interstates.
Yeah, we had that one on here.
I guess everyone likes, I guess you can think of hot dogs like logs in a way if you think about it. Whatever. Then 2006, you had the Final Destination 3, where me and my oldest son don't go on roller coasters really, just because of that movie. I'm just gonna say it right there. And then the 2009
Oh,
Final
one
Destination.
second. There's a roller coaster at Universal that caught fire like 2 days ago.
Exactly.
Okay, go ahead.
Point taken right there, Shay. And then 2009, we have the Final Destination 4, what everyone secretly wants to happen at NASCAR meet, but instead we get car crashes. Yes.
That was a
I
crazy thing
no no
when we saw that one, I was like, "Whoa."
Yeah, that's something I would really want to happen. I'm all about the car crashes. I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of flack on that, or whatever you want to say, call it. But listen, other than we all gamble and try to figure out who's gonna win, but come on now, deep down inside, we want to see somebody get a car crash. But I would rather see what I saw on Final Destination 4, make that crash, and then like a whole bunch of like people like that.
Wow.
I mean, come on now. At least it'll be like, dude,
Well, hopefully you
yes.
never go to those events.
No, I wouldn't want to go to those events, but then we got Final Destination 11 with like all this is, I'm just joking on that one. I would not want anybody to have that, but I'm just saying that's just, we all agree with that. That's why we watch NASCAR. The
Well, I don't
2011,
watch NASCAR.
I don't watch NASCAR. My dad does. So whatever. So then the 2011 Final Destination 5, the reason why I will not cross the Golden Gate Bridge. Honestly,
You think
that's
as
it.
soon as you got there, things start snapping? Toot,
Yeah.
toot, toot, toot.
Dude, when's the no, like, think about this. Has anybody ever be like, "Hey, man, when's the last time this bridge been inspected?" Like, you get what I'm saying? Nobody asks that question. Even if you are a government
No, they just
official,
blindly drive across it every day like, "Oh,
right?
I'm
They
going to
just
work."
like, yeah, it's gonna go. Yeah, just make their commute. I gotta get
That
to
one
work.
takes a while to get across too, I believe.
Yeah,
Like, it's
yeah, it
not a
does.
quick thing.
So again, when's the last time that bridge been inspected? I don't know. And then we go into Bloodlines. Why I never would ever, go on the Space Needle. That is that right there just gave me a reason why I don't want to go on a Space Needle now. Hey guys, you want to go to Seattle, Washington? Going, nah.
I wish I would have saved that. There was actually a thing on social media, like, I don't know, 3, 4 weeks ago, and I didn't realize that this was gonna be a scene in there, but the real Space Needle had a crack in the glass on the Space Needle.
Oh,
And everybody was like, "Oh, crap," because it was right around the time this came out, and they were like, "Oh, geez." And the Space Needle put out, like, all these announcements saying, "Oh, it's everything's fine, it can still hold 3,000 pounds, we're gonna get it repaired," and all this other stuff. I was like, "Oh
oh
my god."
man.
Now if
So
I would've
so
seen this
yeah.
and saw that, I would've kept that. I didn't even know that we were gonna have that scene in here.
Well,
I'm sure we
hopefully,
could Google it again. I'll
hopefully you
have to
can.
try to look it up,
Don't worry, she'll probably find it in post. So.
or it's in my deleted pictures.
But yeah, so more of the story is that that's why my son, our should I say our son James, will not ever go on a cruise because he saw
He
us
went on
watch.
cruises already,
Yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah. He went on cruises, but remember we tried to tell him if he wanted to go on a cruise that we were gonna pay and everything, and he didn't want to go on a cruise. So at the same time,
I don't know, after watching the poop cruise thing, I don't think I necessarily wanna go on a cruise too. We'll
yeah,
see.
yeah. And if you
I've never been
guys
on one, but I don't know.
and if
I
you
it
got
looks cool, but
and if you guys want to watch that, we actually did a little segment piece on poop cruise,
yeah, so
pooping it. Yeah, I am not that fan of. Well, look, I am gonna say this: if you do want to go on any cruises, this goes out for anybody. Make sure you grab a couple of boxes of Nature Valley bars,
right.
just in case, because at least you would be the smart person, and then you would be like the hierarchy of the whole cruise. Because then people be like, "Oh my god, he brought Nature Valley bars. He thought smart." And also make sure there's first aid kit too.
Yeah, because on the poop cruise, I didn't even have enough food because it was all refrigerated food, so when the power went off on the ship, they were feeding
Yeah.
them, like, lettuce sandwiches or something.
Yeah. So that's why
They had
that
alcohol. They had tons of
yo,
alcohol.
you know what? You know what? Hey, Nature Valley. Shout out to Nature Valley or Chewy or whatever those little Nutri-Game bars or whatever. You should spot your your products to cruises just in case
Yeah.
if shit goes down. At least you can be like, hey, I know you guys were stuck on the cruise and stuff, but how was our bars and did our bars survive you? And there you go. You get productivity going high and shit, dude. Fucking,
Be better than eating lettuce sandwiches.
I mean, yeah.
Probably be helpful for, stopping up the poops if you didn't wanna go to. Compared to lettuce sandwiches, I mean.
Yeah, I guess lettuce makes a lot of people go. Oh
I'm just
man,
saying, I don't
yeah,
know.
I guess. Nah, besides that, Shay, that was it for my little rant about the 6 movies.
Okay.
All I'm gonna say is that if James was here, James would be like, "Yeah, that sounds about right, spot on." But little does he know that he's going on a haunted haunts
Good thing he
tomorrow.
never watches our videos,
Yeah, that's a good
huh?
thing he doesn't watch our videos because if he did, he would know like, "Oh, I'm ahead of the game."
He'll watch our shorts, that's about all he can
Mhm.
handle.
Yeah,
So, guys, that takes us to bonus content. So, studio secrets and hidden connections. So, the band scene. Bloodlines originally ended with a collapsing high rise sequence so intense that the MPAA, which is the, or the organization final ratings and all that stuff, they demanded that it be cut out. The VFX team secretly re edited it to slip past review. So, that was that, and then the Lost ending, an alternate final act showed Stefani confronting her grandmother's spirit, revealing that she started the curse. It was shot tested and permanently shelved, so they also kind of cut that out. And then the family web. The bloodline title isn't metaphorical. Early scripts confirm family descends from a Flight 180 passenger's sibling, tying all 6 films to one lineage. So, the original Flight 180, it was one
damn.
of the siblings from there.
Oh, so that was one of the siblings that died on there. Crap. Damn.
And then Tony Todd's legacy. His recorded dialogue was modified after his passing in 2024 to sound hauntingly prophetic, turning Bludworth into the myth's final messenger. And check that out, guys. We're not going to put it in here, but it was definitely pretty good.
It it made me cry a little bit.
Yeah. And then hidden symbolism. A mark on Stefani's wrist matches the carved sigil from the morgue scene in Final Destination 5. Fans believe it's the seal of the design itself. So that's real Easter eggs for the real true nerd Final Destination people.
Hey man, those guys. I talked to those guys in Reddit, man. Those are my fans.
And
Those are my friends, dog.
then a background TV report in Bloodlines mentions a Paris-bound flight, directly referencing the original film's fateful plane. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that. Damn.
I wish you're the one that's always like, "Oh, I pay attention to the background stuff," but
Hey.
you missed all those things.
Yeah, okay. Well,
I'm just
because
kidding.
maybe because I saw a Pepsi logo in the background, or
Maybe
maybe I
because you're hiding
saw,
behind the pillow on that part.
or yeah, or maybe I was hiding behind a pillow. Or maybe I went to the bathroom at that time
It's
because
a joke.
maybe because I was thinking, "Hey, this because it's gonna get really kinda scary. I had to go to the bathroom real quick. Let me go to the
Wow.
bathroom."
So, guys, from plane explosions to collapsing bridges, Final Destination has been teasing one horrifying truth all along. You can't outsmart fate because fate is already in your blood. But with Bloodlines smashing records and reigniting the series, this might just be the start of a new, darker chapter. So, now we can kind of talk about if you think there's going to be a next one.
No, I just want I just what happened if when we started dating in the beginning, before we got together, if, we were going to the movies to watch horror movies and I just always stepped out at the scary parts every time. Would you think that would be kind of weird? Like,
Yeah.
we went to so many horror movies. Why do you always live? It's really scary. I just,
I probably would have only went on one date with you. That would it.
oh
I mean, it's
man.
okay
I'm
if we're hiding
sorry.
behind the pillow together. You can't leave the person there alone.
Yeah. No, but I was just I thought about that as you were talking. I was just like, hey, how does that sound? Sounded better in my head, right?
It
Than
was
me
funny.
saying it out loud. Oh man. So yeah, I again
So, guys, Wikipedia does list that a seventh Final Destination film is already in development, with Lauria Evans Taylor returning as a writer. So, in October 2025, Michael Blanchard was announced as the director attached to that project. So, statements from creators and producers. Stein, one of the Bloodlines directors, said the narrative potential remains open ended. Basically, they're going on the path of death's work is never done. There's always more scores to settle. The Bloodline producer Craig Perry has hinted at sequels and expressed that the new film has expanded the creative flexibility of the franchise. So, past interviews, creators have said that whether another film happens depends in part on audience response and box office success, which obviously the Bloodlines
yeah, it's
smashed.
good.
But it
No,
might have
yeah.
been because they waited so long to make another one too. Because if you make
Again,
another one fast, people are going to be like, "You just made one."
right.
14 years gets a lot of like buzz. And then some reports suggest John Watts, which who was the producer on the Bloodlines one, is open to returning to the franchise. He might even direct or be involved in future installments. Because Bloodlines perform so strongly, it gives the studio incentive to continue the series, like talk about. It's kind of like if you knew a stock was going to trade a certain way and you kept doing it and doing it and
Right.
doing it, they're not going to
Right.
just be like, "Oh, it did so well, let's shut it off."
But again, they would have to give it moments to breathe.
Yeah,
Don't keep on just, oh, let me just drop another one.
right.
You're not DJ Khaled, so don't try drop another
But we
one.
saw what happened when he tried to drop another one
Yeah,
recently. It didn't work
did
over so
not
well.
did it flopped for him. So do not do that.
Yeah. But what's not certain yet, guys, no official release date, no public production schedule has been confirmed, and the story cast and how it would tie into Bloodlines hasn't been revealed. Directors, writers, and creative direction is still in early phases. So, yeah, basically everything's kind of up in the air. But yes, they are going to have another one for sure. It may take them 2 to 4 years to reach production and release, and that probably would be better for it to breathe, like Johnny said.
Yeah, I mean,
'Cause if
come
they
on
just
now.
smash another one in there, people are gonna be like, "Nah." And it's
Yeah.
this was such a good movie, the last one, that
Mhm.
if they make another one too fast and it sucks, people are then they're gonna lose interest, I
Right,
think.
right. No,
So,
totally. That's why I said let it breathe, and that's why I gave out those numbers to let you guys know that if they keep the pattern going and let it have some breathing space, then you're in good company.
yeah.
I mean, that's all you gotta do, guys. Just
So
let it breathe.
possibly 2027 or 2028 would be, like, the soonest, possibly.
Yeah, yeah, I'll say that 2028 sounds about fair. And
Well, guys, we hid
yeah.
behind a pillow 3 or 4 different times, so definitely check the movie out. At least watch it for, the, Tony Todd part, which was really cool.
Hmm.
But, yeah, there are a few parts where you might have to close your eyes, I'm just gonna say.
Yeah,
Unless you
yeah.
really like gory stuff, which I don't.
No, I don't mind it here and there. I guess like I was just kind of squirmish because it's just certain things. Other than that, guys, it's been a ball, but we're gonna haul out of here, guys.
Bye.
So peace out.